Maybe they're just not as worried about it. Maybe they're just not as worried about keeping things consistent. Just keeping the games enjoyable. And honestly, I feel like we're at a point now where there's so many kids who have not played Gen 1, original Gen 1, that it doesn't really matter that you got a Pokedex in that game, or that Meowth would talk in the anime. But I mean, you still see Meowth in the anime, so Meowth still talks, but I just mean, you can completely change the way that this game plays, and only the original, like, old people like me are going to know the difference. But there's going to be a lot of young kids, and even kids that are in high school. Like, it's just crazy to me. Like, I was teaching last year in a high school, and you're totally going to have confusion. I'm not even thinking right now. That was a crit. Come on, Monkey. Oh, living on 1. I think you got this. And it was just like, you know, like an older kid, like a senior in high school. And he was like, yeah, I was born in the 2000s. And I was like, what? That's crazy to me. That like a high school senior, someone who's going to college, was born in 2000. I don't know. It's just, I know people watching this are like, yeah, I was born in 2005. Or 2008 or 2010. And I'm just like, man, like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. It's just the concept of time, I guess. The perception of time. Aren't those dark-colored things fossils? All right, Meowth, go get those fossils. See? Got a fighting type in here. Bashing that wall. Smashed the rock face and found something. Alright, so if you want to get some Stardust and make some money, run through this cave with a fighting type. Got a fairy. I'm not as worried about you right now. I do want a fighting type move, though. Man, I'm trying to check these things. What's wrong with you? Looks like it can feint at any moment. Does it take overworld damage? Is it poisoned? Oh, no. It's just on 1 HP. We got some battles coming up, so let's heal you. It's so interesting. You, like, kind of forget about, having to heal because your wild battles, you're not using your Pokemon. Okay, nothing there. I think, honestly, it's just those 2 little craters are where you find those moonstones, and I haven't found any other hidden items in craters. So maybe don't waste your time with all these. Just do the 2. Mankey. What up, girl? The chaining wouldn't be too hard either, because even if you encounter another Pokemon, all you have to do is run from it and you can keep your chain going. Like, I think it was was it 5? Maybe it was 4. It was 4 or 5. I think it was 5, though. Where, you had those, like, you had to use that item, and I think this thing has wing attack, quite honestly. But we're a Murky, and we need to learn a fighting type move, so we're gonna get some experience. Supersonic. Yeah, you had to, like, use this item, and it would make the grass jiggle, and you'd use a repel, and you'd have to go into a jiggling patch of grass to encounter a Pokemon. And then you'd have to be, like, 6 squares, like 6 spaces away from the next jiggle after that battle, and it'd be the same Pokemon, and that's how you had to chain. Oh, Murky. Oh, no. Told you had wing attack. I guess I'm just feeling a little overconfident because that's the first time a Pokemon has fainted. But, yeah, that was annoying. It was so hard to chain that way, but it's... And sometimes it would seem like you wouldn't do anything wrong. You'd be 6 paces away or whatever, and after the battle, there'd be no jiggles in the grass. And it was like, what the heck? How did I break my chain? But, it seems to be quite easy in this game, which is good and bad, I guess. I don't think there's anything over here. No. Hey, stop. I found these fossils. They're both mine. Nerd Miguel. You know, we've got all those revives. Maybe we'll use one. Go for a headbutt. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a crit. That's kind of a bummer. I thought we were going to take it out this hit. If we crit, we will. Or maybe a regular high roll will make it faint. We'll see. Nope. No luck. Magnemite. Yeah, stay in. We're super effective with our double kick. It's not too bad. Supersonic. Yeah, we are dodging. Let's go, Beyonce. She's the queen. Okay, I'll share. Alright, so in Let's Go Eevee, I picked the Helix fossil. Because I wanted to pick the dome with the people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to sleep on Lord Helix. Like, everyone goes crazy about Lord Helix. But I feel like I gotta be a little different. Pick the dome. But I feel like a lot of people pick the dome because Kabuto's and Kabutops is just so awesome. Actually, maybe I'll use a Kabutops. Because, you know what? That's actually really interesting. Because, I guess I'll talk about it in a second. Stop right there! Oh, dang it. I was going to revive Murnkey, but I didn't because I got excited about the fossils. Hands off! That fossil belongs to us. How did you even get here ahead of us? We're Team Rocket. I'm Jesse. And I'm James. Meowth. And the two of us are going to take that fossil back. I feel like you don't see people using Kabuto and Kabutops because you get it so late game and it's underleveled. And it's a physical attacker, but it doesn't get rock moves in Gen 1. And its special attack is so booty, all of its water type moves are just bad. So, with there being the physical special split, that'd be a really cool Pokemon to use. I might plan on using a Kabutops, actually. That could be our unique water type. It's a rock type. I like rock type. That could be pretty awesome, actually. Alright, let's get rid of this. Yeah, we'll get rid of that Ekans first. Yeah, maybe I'll start thinking about the party I want to put together. You know what really stinks, though? I love, if you know me, you know I love Electabuzz. And I'm not going to take Zapdos off the team, but I also don't want to have two electric types. So I guess maybe... I don't know. Why am I biting? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Maybe I'll just use Electabuzz in my Let's Go Eevee series, and I'll do, I'd like to try to do some competitive battles with an Electabuzz. But without held items and not being able to use an Eviolite, I mean, it's not as bulky. It's fairly fast and hits pretty hard, but there are other electric types that do that as well. So we'll see. Also, you know, it doesn't matter. I was going to say I feel like, it would make sense to, oh, and this is confirmed, by the way, because clicked the wrong thing, but it should still hit coughing, yeah. When I got the IV Judge ability added on Let's Go Eevee, I checked my starter Pokemon, my Eevee, and it has 6 perfect IVs. So your starter Pokemon does have 6 perfect IVs. So it makes sense to get a good nature because then you can use that Pokemon competitively. It's extremely viable because their stats are boosted in this game. It's not just like having a normal Pikachu or a normal Eevee. But then, you know, you think about it, you can just chain Pikachus and you can get a Pikachu that way. But I don't know. I feel like an Eevee is going to be pretty great because Eevee can learn those 3 moves that it added in this game. Since it can't evolve, it gets a base 90, 100 accurate electric type move that paralyzes the other Pokemon. It gets another base 90, 100 accuracy special move that is water type that heals half of your HP, which is crazy. And then there's a base 90, 100% accurate fire type move that is also special that, we don't want Thunder Wave, do we? We don't need it. We're not trying to catch any Pokemon. Fire type move that burns the Pokemon. Like, okay, come on. Like, that's crazy. That's broken. I feel like Eevee's gonna be a pretty viable competitive Pokemon. Because there's no abilities in this game. I mean, it can get a pretty strong stab move. I mean, it already has access to Headbutt after the first gym. Like, Eevee's pretty broken. And I know Pikachu, there's a special move for Pikachu, I'm pretty sure. That I've not seen yet. And I'm assuming you get it in the same place where you get Eevee's moves, because you get it actually in Cerulean, so we're going to go check in a moment. In a jiffy. Yeah, so we're going to go check. We're going to see if Pikachu gets that move, its special move, where Eevee gets its special moves in Cerulean. And, yeah, we'll find out if that's a thing. Up down here. And I'm excited to see what it does, because I think it... I watched a part of a Big Nation. I watched a part of his, after he streamed. I missed his stream by like 1 minute. I finished recording, and then he had just ended recording. But so... he was using a move with Pikachu that was critting every single time. And he said it was critting every single time, so it must be like a crit all the time move, which is good and bad, because if it's a high power move and it crits every time, that's amazing. If it's not a high power move, which I imagine it's probably 90, like all of Eevee's moves, if it's a low power move and it crits all the time, then it's just going to be the power of a what? It's a fountain. If it's a low-level move and it crits every time, it's just going to get a crit every time, and it's going to be the same as a high-power move. But it, man, I don't know what that does. I don't want to throw money away right now.